Good afternoon, everyone. Benjamin Kinichi here, the chairperson of the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation, or ZIF, popularly known as ZIF. And today marks a very significant day on the South African calendar, which is the Human Rights Day. And it is for this reason that I thought I would record this message for the ZEP community, for the ZIF community, which is our membership as ZIF, and to all the South African communities who are hosting the ZEP holders in their communities. And thank you very much for engaging with us on this post. Today, on this Human Rights Day, we stand together to honor the enduring spirit of justice, of dignity, and equality, which is enshrined in the South African Constitution. ZIF was born from the belief that collective action drives lasting change. For over a decade now, we have fought to protect the rights of Zimbabwe Exemption Permit holders, who are individuals who have contributed to South Africa's social and economic fabric for over 15 years now. Today, we reaffirm that commitment that we made a few years back to defend these rights and to fight against unjust actions and decisions against not only ZEP holders but anyone else. Our legacy and unity is based on our unity and resilience. The Minister of Home Affairs' attempt to unlawfully revoke the ZEP permits without regard for the catastrophic impact on thousands of lives ignored the principle of good cause as enshrined in South African law. Under the Immigration Act, such decisions must be reasonable, they must be procedurally fair, and they must be grounded in the public interest. Instead, this action risks tearing apart families and destabilizing livelihoods and violating constitutional rights, including that includes the rights of children according to Section 28 of the Bill of Rights, who deserve protection, stability, and a future that is free from harm. As the proverb reminds us, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. ZEP holders are not alone. ZEP holders are with the South African communities that host them and protect them, and understand also that ZEP holders are not illegal immigrants. ZEP holders are legal immigrants, and their number is very few and does not have quite such a significant loss to the South African economy. But yet, to the contrary, have made a significant contribution to the society and to the contribution and to the communities that they live in. We stand united with South African communities and civic society as of today, and legal advocates as well, to ensure that justice prevails for ZEP holders and for all legal immigrants in the Republic of South Africa. As ZIF, the Bill of Rights is our compass. The South African Bill of Rights is a beacon of hope born from the struggle against apartheid and guarantees dignity, equality, and fairness for all who live within its borders. These rights are not abstract. They are the foundation of cases like the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation challenge to the decision of the Department of Home Affairs to end the exemptions abruptly granted to the ZEP holders, which underscores the necessity of lawful, rational administrative action. The court's emphasis on procedural fairness in our court case and the best interest of the child aligns with our fight to protect ZEP holders from abrupt and life-altering decisions. As ZIF, we would also like to express our gratitude to the South African communities that have been hosting the ZEP holders since 2010, when the ZEP permit was instituted by the Department of Home Affairs. Your compassion and solidarity have provided refuge and opportunity to thousands of ZEP holders. Your unwavering support reflects the true spirit of Ubuntu, which is a recognition that our humanity is intertwined. Together, we reject the division and champion a society where justice and empathy prevails. To all those who fought for the liberation of this country, we thank you. Your efforts were not in vain. The Bill of Rights that you have fought for has brought prospects and hope for equality amongst the South African communities and all who live within its borders. ZIF believes in the rule of law and is against all unlawfulness, and we continue to advocate for the principles of legality within our migrant communities as our effort to complement the sacrifices that were made to bring liberation to this country. We urge the migrant community in South Africa to respect our host, which is the South African citizenry, the government, and most importantly, the laws of this land. It is because of the honors of this country that we were granted the exemptions in the ZEP permits. ZIF urges all ZEP holders to show gratitude to the South African communities by embarking on mentoring and skills transfer programs to transfer skills and development to the local communities, especially targeting those that are coming out of varsities and colleges who require experience and skills development and setting them up for success. We urge ZEP holders who are business owners also to stick to and adhere to the South African rules and the laws governing the employment quotas when hiring their employees to ensure that locals get opportunities in their business ventures according to the laws of the land. Would also want to appreciate the South African Bill of Rights, and especially, most importantly, the three arms of governance in South Africa, which are the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. ZIF expresses gratitude towards you for displaying the strongest democracy in Africa and for championing the principles of the South African Bill of Rights, protecting South Africans and all human beings resident within its borders, and ensuring that the rule of law is the rule of life. ZEP holders are inspired by the protections in the Bill of Rights to defend and protect their families' lives and livelihoods. This is done by the Bill of Rights through the right of equality according to Section 9 of the Bill of Rights, which ensures that ZEP holders are not unfairly targeted based on their nationality or their race or other protected attributes. The right to just administrative action, which also speak to the PAJA Act, the right to just administrative action according to Section 23 of the Bill of Rights, which guarantees that ZEP holders have the right to lawful, reasonable, and procedurally fair administrative action. The right to dignity according to Section 10 of the Bill of Rights, which ensures that the withdrawal of ZEP permits does not violate the dignity of ZEP holders by exposing them to inhumane conditions or situations where their basic rights are jeopardized. The right to life according to Section 11 of the Bill of Rights, and freedom of security of the person according to Section 12 of the Bill of Rights, which all ensure that executive decisions must consider whether they threaten ZEP holders' right to life or security before implementation. Lastly, and most importantly, the children's rights according to Section 28 of the Bill of Rights, which ensures that the best interest of children are a primary consideration in every decision that affects them. Protecting their rights to family or parental care, access to basic needs such as nutrition, such as shelter, education, and healthcare, as well as safeguarding them from abuse, from neglect, and any form of harm that could compromise their development and their well-being, especially their hope for the future. I would like to also express my gratitude to the committee that I work with, that I chair, and also to the board of directors of ZIF. I would like to say thank you. Thank you for your dedication to the organization's cause and your unwavering support and dedication is very much appreciated. I'd like also to say thank you to all the contributors that contribute to keep the organization afloat. Thank you very much. Without you, this organization wouldn't go anywhere. I would like to express also my special thanks and gratitude to Dr. Vusumuzi Sivanda, to Advocate Ashraf Esop, to retired Judge Ezra Goldstein, and to Elder Esrom Matambuye, to Advocate Tembekan Mukaitobi, Advocate Ezra Mabuza, and the Mabuza attorneys, and all those advocating for the rights of all human beings resident in South Africa, in particular, and in Africa as a whole. The road ahead for ZIF is still going to be tough. We still have some fundraising to do in order to keep the organization afloat. And we urge all ZTP holders to join ZIF so that we can move together in this battle for the rights of the ZTP holders, and the sustenance of the ZTP permits and the considerations of the livelihoods and the lives of ZTP holders who have stayed in South Africa for more than 15 years. ZIF remains steadfast in its mission, and our immediate focus as we speak now is advocating for the implementation or the institution of the Immigration Advisory Board. Would like to express our sincere gratitude to the Minister of the Department of Home Affairs for offering to implement the court order of the 28th of June 2024 by initiating the initiating the judicial review according to the Paja Act on the decision to withdraw the ZTP permits. So for that, we would like to express our gratitude and thank you very much, Minister Schreiber. We urge also the Minister of Home Affairs to just expedite the appointment of this critical body to ensure that there is transparent and inclusive decision-making on the future of the ZTP holders. As we speak, the extensions, the 1 year, 6 months, and the 2 years extensions of the ZTP holders are excluding the ZTP holders from the economy. For example, ZTP holders cannot get loans. ZTP holders cannot get financial services, essential financial services that should be considered as basic, especially things like a life cover. ZTP holders cannot get a life cover because of the little and short terms that they're getting, exemptions that they're getting. 1 year exemption does not allow financial institutions to have agreements with ZTP holders. So because of that, ZTP holders, although they're contributing to the economy of South Africa, they're practically excluded from it. So we urge the minister just to expedite that appointment of the Immigration Advisory Board and to ensure that judicial review process begins. We are in March now, and we're looking forward that in a few months the board will be appointed, and we're looking forward also to the judicial review process as well. And ZIF is ready to represent its membership according to the laws of the land. We are focused also on building strategic partnerships as ZIF. We are collaborating with legal experts, with non-governmental organizations, with government departments, and grassroots movements as well to amplify our voice and to safeguard the migrant rights of ZTP holders. Like I've explained earlier, ZTP holders are not illegal immigrants in South Africa. We are legally in the land, and we are against the illegalization of the people that are already legal when there is an immigration crisis already in the land. We also working on projects to protect ZTP holders by partnering with civic organizations to resist unlawful permit revocations and ensure every individual's right to fair administrative action according to PAJA and their dignity according to the Bill of Rights is withheld. Lastly, I would like to urge the ZTP community to be aware of unscrupulous people posing as representatives of ZTP holders and representatives of ZIF, thereby misleading the ZTP community regarding the appointment of the Immigration Advisory Board and requesting ZTP holders to join their criminal groups. The fact that they are misleading ZTP holders highlights their intentions. If their intentions are right, they shouldn't be misleading people. They shouldn't be lying to people. They should be factual about the information that they're bringing to ZTP holders. As we stand as of today, the Immigration Advisory Board has not been instituted yet. It has not been set up yet. There is processes for setting up the Immigration Advisory Board, and those processes include the gazetting of the board. It has to be, if it's set up, then it has to be gazetted. So those people that are throwing up their contact numbers on social media, just be careful that you don't get misled. ZIF is a credible organization, a registered organization that is compliant according to the laws of the land. So we cannot mislead people because we are legally in this country, and we are a legally registered organization, and we are the only organization in the land that represents the rights of the ZTP holders. So we urge all ZTP holders to not be misled until and unless the Immigration Advisory Board is gazetted. It means it has not been appointed yet. Those that are saying they're representing you and asking you to donate money and asking you to contribute to them, you must know that they are lying to you, they're misleading you, and they are stealing money from you. Wherever possible, report those people to the police. The fact that they're misleading you highlights their intentions. People who stand for the rights of other people do not do that through deception. They do not do it through lies. They do not do it through misrepresentation. So ZIF is in communication with the South African Human Rights Commission and other human rights organizations, which include the Helen Suzman Foundation, the Scarabrini Foundation, and other organizations as well. The reason why we are doing that is that we engage in a multi-pronged approach to ensure that as soon as the Immigration Advisory Board is appointed, we present ourselves, and we present also our case to the Immigration Advisory Board in the case of the ZTP holders. And also all that all ZTP holders and their concerns are considered in the consultation process. So ZIF, if you are a ZTP holder, ZIF is the only organization that represents you and solely you, whose focus is 100% on you as a ZTP holders, the challenges that you're having, the issues that we're having. And I would like to explain also that ZIF is founded by ZTP holders. It is not founded by people that are not ZTP holders, that are just running around and trying to extort money from you and to benefit from you. It happened last year in 2024, where people were running around and encouraging people to move from Section 31 of the Immigration Act to Section 19 of the Immigration Act, thereby losing the right that they have in Section 31 of the Immigration Act, which is the act, the part of the act that granted you with the exemptions that you have, that are eligible for judicial review according to the Paja Act and according to the Bill of Rights. So just be careful who leads you. Be careful who gives you information. Test the information that you're getting. Look at the pros and cons of it, so that you don't lose the rights that you have, the rights that have been guaranteed to you. And lastly, on Human Rights Day is not just a celebration. It is a reminder that rights must be actively defended. If you have rights, it is upon you to defend those rights. It is upon you to stand up and say, I've got rights, and I acknowledge the rights that I have, and I have to defend them. So for ZTP holders, your rights are not just going to be given you on a silver platter. You have to stand up, you have to defend them. And the best platform for you to stand up and defend this is none other than an organization that was founded by other ZTP holders, which you can also be part of by joining and becoming part of the ZIF. So let us honor the legacy of those who fought for freedom by standing firm against injustice. To the ZIF community, your courage fuels this movement. To the South African community, your allyship strengthens us. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for protecting us in your communities. Together, we will ensure that the principles of good cause and fairness and humanity guide every decision that is affecting our shared future. For that, I would like to thank you all for listening to our message as ZIF. Thank you very much also for visiting our channel. Please like our channel, share our channel, subscribe to our channel so that you can constantly get the posts that we're putting up for you. The next post that we're putting up has to do with the appointment of the Immigration Advisory Board so that we can give information to ZEP holders and give them an understanding of how that process works so that they cannot get misled by unscrupulous people who are walking around and lying to people, deceiving people, and pretending to be representatives of the ZEP holders. If anyone claims to be representing you, ask them to produce their ZEP permits so that you know that you're in this battle together. Some of them are in it for money. But if you are going to be led by people who actually are holders of the ZEP permit, those people, and they have a registered and compliant organization in the Republic, those people are there to fight with you, to work with you, to ensure that there is we achieve our intent, which is a permanent solution to the ZEP crisis. For that, I would like to thank you very much. Like the channel, share the post, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that when we post other communications, you will be the first to be notified. Thank you very much. We'll meet again soon. God bless you, and happy Human Rights Day to you all. Benjamin Kinichi here, the chairperson of the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation. Peace.